Hello and welcome back to Radio Language. I'm Vlad and I'm going through my bookcase again. And this is a continuation of going through my different Bibles in different language families. So this is about the Romance languages. So the first Bible is in Portuguese. And Portuguese is an Iberian Romance language closely related to Galician, Spanish, Catalan, and other languages spoken in Spain. It's quite cool. I'm collecting Bibles in as many languages as possible, and it's good fun. I'm not doing it for religious reasons. It's more for linguistic reasons, so I can take any chapter I like and any verse I like and compare it in all my different Bibles, and it's good for sort of comparative linguistics. So it's pretty cool. I'm glad I got this. I found this in a charity shop, and I don't know how well you can see it on the screen, but this is all in Portuguese. So it's cool to have. I can compare it with my other ones. So the next one is in Espanol or Spanish, and it's again, Spanish is an Iberian Romance language. So the good thing is I can compare these two Bibles with each other. So the Portuguese one and then the Spanish one. So I can take, let's say, John chapter 1 verse 1, and I can compare them in both languages and see how close they are and also how different they are as well at the same time. But it's cool. I mean, I can, because I've been learning Spanish a little bit here and there on and off, there's a lot of things I can read and understand, but also there's many things that out of this page I probably can get maybe 30% of the words, but I won't understand what this says, but I understand a little bit because I have read the Bible in English. So it's pretty cool, and also I like it because it has pictures in it, which they always help with context in a lot of ways. So it's I may not understand what it's saying here. If I was to read this page in Spanish, I may not understand it, but this picture can maybe give me context, and I can then understand it because I've read the Bible in English. I might think, oh yeah, this picture reminds me of this story that I read about in the Bible. So it's very interesting. It's cool to have this Bible. The next one is in French, and this is La Bible, and interesting cover, isn't it? You know, with Eve, who did all the fun things for us. Anyway, I'm not going to get into the whole religious thing, but this is in French, and French is also a Romance language, and English has borrowed many words from French, so that's what makes English a very interesting Germanic language. This is a lot harder to read because I learned French at school, but only to a certain level, and then I didn't decide to take it on because, to be honest, it's a nice language, but I didn't really want to learn it. I preferred learning more Germanic languages, and I try and speak French to people when I know they're from France. If I travel there, I try to speak the language as much as I can, but I just didn't really want to learn it in some ways. But it's cool to have this again. I can compare this with the different languages. The next one is pretty cool. This is in Italiano, and this is La Sacra Bida, or Biba, and I've been learning a bit of Italian here and there. I quite like Italian, and I have some friends from Italy, and I've been trying to learn it on and off. And again, it's quite cool. I can't really read it as well as Spanish, but it's cool to have, so I can compare this with the Spanish, French, and Italian and Portuguese, and see how close it is or how different it is. But it's a cool language. I would like to try and one day speak it properly. This next one is in the mother of all Romance languages, or sort of the ancestor of them, and this is in Latin. So a lot of the Romance languages actually came from Latin. They came from everyday Latin, so it's called Vulgar Latin, where it's not vulgar like something being horrible or repulsive or something, but vulgar means common. So the common Latin that people spoke then evolved into the modern day Romance languages. But this is cool. I've tried to learn Latin here and there, I learnt a tiny bit at school. We actually did Latin at school, and so it's cool. So this is all in Latin, and reading this is very difficult because it's so different to other Romance languages. But it's a cool one. I'm gonna see. I don't know how well the camera can zoom in. Like, but it's a cool language. I like to try and maybe learn a bit more Latin, learn a bit more about how close they are. So the cool thing is I can compare these Bibles and see how close they are to each other and how different they are with the languages. So that's it for my Romance language Bibles. I would like to try and collect more. I like to try and collect some in some Italian dialects. I like to maybe collect one in Walloon or Picard, which is spoken in Belgium. Collect one in some Spanish dialects as well. In Romanian, I like to have a Bible in Romanian, but I don't have a Bible yet in Romanian. I could go and get all these Bibles online. I could go onto, let's just say, Amazon or any other bookseller and buy all the Bibles I want. But it's not fun. Like all these Bibles I have, all the Bibles I'm showing you in this collection, I have found them in shops, or I've actually gone to the country and I've actually bought the Bibles. So it's far more fun actually finding them in a bookshop, and rather than just going to just buying things online. So please buy things on bookshops. I know we can't now because of this whole coronavirus thing, but when that thing ends, maybe go to a bookshop and try and find some books. It could be any kind of book you want, of course. It doesn't have to be language books, but all of these books. I mean, there's something really nice about going to a bookshop, and I like to collect Bibles in different languages and other language books. But it's really nice going to a bookshop and finding this and seeing, like, looking at it and looking at the title, looking at the title here, saying, "Oh, it's a Bible. Which language is it?" And then you open it up and it's like, "Oh, it's Latin." Awesome. And then you buy it, add it to your collection. But it's just that physical hunt, almost, you want to call it, of going to a bookshop and finding the book you want. So that's it for my video today. Thank you so much for watching. I do ramble a little bit, but that's the way it is. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you do, please like, share and subscribe and all the good stuff that YouTubers sort of say. But thank you very much. Until next time, peace out.